Guys, we got the transmission out of this damn Durango City there. Now, guys, I'm gonna show y'all something. I don't know how y'all taking transmission out, but now I see why we have to just completely unscrew this from the exhaust. You know why? Because nobody, and I mean nobody, can get their hands all the way up here to unplug the damn thing. Y'all see where the connector is at? Now, if this transmission was in this car and this exhaust mounted O2 supposed to go right here on the exhaust, how the hell do anybody supposed to get up here and unplug that? So you see how we had to twist it? We had to simply take it out. Now imagine if this was rusted on there and you couldn't get it off. Yeah, that would piss some customer off because you can't complete a transmission because you can't unplug. Yeah, I get it, cut it, but you still gonna have this broke. It's a crazy, man. This side is the same way. Literally have to well, I had to reach up. I just left this in. But let me show y'all something, okay? I remember y'all fussing me out about one time. We had the torque converter in. We had to take it out because it wouldn't plug in. And you guys was like, well, if you had replaced the front seal, you would have known the torque converter was not all the way in. This is a transmission I'm getting ready to go back in with. And yes, guys, I already checked it in and verified that it is compatible with this vehicle. Okay, in other words, they have the same features. Remember what I said, a used transmission is okay as long as it come out of the same feature or the same vehicle, same kind of vehicle. It don't even have to be the same kind of vehicle. Well, it do have to be the same kind of vehicle. I don't know about that one, but I do know the features have to match, especially the shifter. All right, if you got a rotary shifter that this come out of, damn it, the one is going in better have a rotary shifter or it's not going to crank. Simple as that. All right, so you guys, I did a video about we had to take it out because the torque converter went spinning after we got it in, so we had to take it back out and fully make sure the torque converter is seated. Y'all drill me on that one, okay? And I get it. All right, yes, it's something you should do before you put this in. Now, some of the guys was commenting that if you had replaced the seal like you were supposed to, you would have known if the torque converter was all the way in. Interesting point. Now, you see what they sent me? A bag. That's what's in this bag. A seal. I see that seal. And guess what else is in this bag? Some bolts. You know what? This is the wrong. See how thick that seal is? This is the wrong damn seal. You know what seal is this for? This come out of a Durango that happens to be 4-wheel drive. This seal is for the tail shaft, the tail end, where the transfer case go. And these bolts are merely bolts to go around here. So I don't want to open this because they gonna think I'm full of it. But see how thick that seal is, and you don't get bolts when you get a front pump seal. Okay, quite frankly, I've never replaced the front pump seal on an 8 HP transmission. You know why? Because they never freaking leak. That's not an issue. All right, but I do know, counting the number of these bolts and the holes right here and the seal matching this seal, chances are this is a tail shaft or the tail end seal or the drive shaft. In this case, transfer case, because it's a 4-wheel drive. Extension housing is going to cover this, and the transfer case is going to go in the extension housing. So let me show y'all one other thing. Okay, here's the transmission already on the table. Let me get this torque converter out the way. Now, do you see how thin that seal is as opposed to this thick ass seal? They gave me the wrong seal. Now, again, I've never replaced one, but I want to believe you don't have to bust this transmission open. Last time I bust one of these open was to do the D-clutch in this transmission recall. These little bolts right here are paper thin. They are one-time use. See that? That is not a real bolt, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't reuse this for nothing. But I got the wrong seal. So, in essence, I'm not going to be able to replace the seal because you know what? I ain't finna wait on the correct seal. One of the reasons why, because it's not leaking. It is never going to leak. Well, it never leaks. Let me put it that way. I will, however, verify that this damn thing is all the way in. Y'all know the thud sound it makes when you're going back in, right? Yeah. Wiggle, 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 and yeah, y'all hear that thud sound? That's how you know it's all the way in. And plus you can measure. Well, you should mark it before you take it out. But I've done enough of these to can see the distance. Okay, so this one is all the way in, but no seal. anytime you're putting in a used transmission, just make sure the torque converter is all the way seated, especially on this 8 HP transmission, because if you put this in and this is slightly out, you're going to compress up against that flex plate or flywheel. You can call it whatever you want. I get it. But if you press up against that, you can't turn this and align the bolts. It's already hard enough to get these torque converter bolts out. You know why? Because you're going through the starter area. This is where the starter goes. So the starter had to come out in order for us to get these out. And you talking about we like this. Yeah, the life we go through to work on a freaking car is getting crazier and crazier. All right, I just wanted to cover that. If you can, go ahead and do the seal. If you don't have a seal, you obviously can't worry about it. I'm not about to stop and wait another day for a damn seal. All right, they sent me the wrong one. And it's Mopar too. Good for them. All right, guys, that's all I have. Yeah, have more work to do. Y'all stay tuned, man.